We are seeing all the right things from all the right players this spring training. Over the last 2 games, the Red Sox have had new players as well as returning players come back from injury or, again, just in new additions to this team, and they have really showed up and showed out for this Red Sox organization. I'm here to break down roughly 4 players' performances over these last 2 games and how the Red Sox are going to greatly benefit from these guys throughout the entirety of the up-and-coming MLB season, and how the rest of the MLB should greatly fear this Red Sox team. But first, before we get to the news and information, do remember, if you are a part of the 86.5% currently watching this video, not currently subscribed to the channel, and you want to stay up to date on everything Boston Red Sox, scroll down, click the subscribe button. We do appreciate all the love and support, so thank you guys. But now let's get to it and break down how everyone should fear the Boston Red Sox and to really watch out for Boston. Now, we knew on paper this team was going to be at least present itself as a very good team, especially with the new acquisitions, both with Bregman and then everyone coming out of both the bullpen and the starting rotation. But now we're starting to see other pieces like Connor Wong, also Walker Buehler, and others really highlight the fact that they are still a part of this Red Sox organization, or now new to this Red Sox organization. It looks like the Red Sox did a great job going out and acquiring the new pieces, as well as really having faith in these other guys. Now, we'll start with Connor Wong, and really we'll highlight the fact that we beat the Twins 2 days ago, 8-4. Bailey Ober was pitching pretty well in the beginning of things, but again, the Red Sox did end up cracking the code, and they looked pretty damn good. And it started with a solo home run from the one Connor Wong, obviously our starting catcher for the majority of last season. And going into this game, if you were watching this game on MLB Network or whatever, however you choose to watch these games, the biggest thing that we were highlighting from a Boston perspective, the biggest thing that was being talked about was the fact that Connor Wong was returning for this game. And yes, we highlighted the fact that he had a 280 batting average last season, but it was the defensive metrics that were severely just not good, if you will. Now, obviously, if you look here at his Baseball Savant page from last season, you would look at it and say, Houston, it doesn't look like anything was good. Well, I will say he did bat 280. That is a real thing. It was quiet, but he did end up hitting for a good average last season, but nothing really stood out. And then if you look at the defensive metrics, that's where things really weren't great. And yes, there are 2 categories in caught stealing above average, as well as his pop time are just around league average, if not just above it. But again, there is a lot of room for improvement, especially at a position as vital as the catching position. And again, Connor Wong came out and made a presence in his first game, going yard over that big left monster, if you will, the junior monster, if you will, over here in South Florida, in Fort Myers at the JetBlue Stadium, the minor league, or not minor league, but the minor version of Fenway Park. Again, Connor Wong was the discussion of the pregame going into that game, and obviously in his first at-bat, he decides to go yard. I'm going to play that video now, just quickly to highlight his swing.
Oh, here he gets on this one high up into the left field side and gone. Connor Wong over everything in his spring training debut, and the Red Sox get one back.
Good time to mention.
Connor Wong got every stitch of it. It was a great swing. He was able to put it over that big monster wall. And again, just good to see him back, as again, it was his first spring training game. He was returning from injury. And again, that is what you want to see. Not only the offensive production, but again, getting behind the dish, catching for someone like Aroldis Chapman, who did make an early appearance, Tanner Houck, as well as other guys coming out of the rotation in the bullpen for this Red Sox team. And then the second name we're going to highlight from this game specifically is Ceddanne Rafaela. Now, this guy, obviously a 2-year player for the Boston Red Sox. During spring, he has been undeniable. He started, 4 of 10 from the dish, and then he ended up now he is 5 of 13. He has been phenomenal. And again, in that game, he worked a 6-pitch at bat. He ended up going 3 for 3 with 3 RBIs. And in the 5th inning, he ended up collecting 2 of those RBIs on a 6-pitch at bat that ended in a 2-run single. It's been great to watch him. Obviously, he is a monster defensively, regardless of where you put him in the outfield. Again, great versatility for this Red Sox team defensively. But again, Rafaela has done a great job this spring and really all offseason working on his offensive approach. It seems like he is going to be a drastic piece for this Red Sox team, who was already great offensively as a team last season, ranking in the top 10. Now Rafaela, someone who has another year of experience under his belt, it looks like he is very much really adapting to the big leagues, and he's really going to highlight that for years to come. Again, posting a 1,500 OPS, 1,589 OPS, phenomenal stuff, a 385 batting average, hitting 5 of 13. Again, with 1 home run, 4 RBIs, and 1 stolen base. And again, in the field, he is always going to be very versatile and very just widespread, if you will. You can play him in left, you can play him in right, you can play him in center, and he's going to be able to cover a lot of ground and get the job done at a high level. Again, for this first game that we're highlighting, overall, it was great to watch. And now for the second game, the Mets. Now, I will say, before I break down Walker Buehler's performance, because he did pitch in this game, went 2 innings, did not give up any runs, only 1 hit. It was a leadoff double to Jeff McNeil. And again, it is what it is. He said after getting pulled, I do not like giving up doubles, especially to lead off the game. But again, he was able to get through it, not give up any runs, and he had a lot of offensive help from this Red Sox team. But again, the Mets did not have Vientos, did not have Lindor, did not have Soto, as well as Alonso in this lineup. So again, don't think that we beat up on a fully stacked Mets team. But again, Buehler's first appearance, it looked awesome to see him in a Red Sox jersey, and I really and truly, I can't wait to see him continue to go out there and produce for this Red Sox team. Here's the box score for the pitching side of things for the Red Sox. Again, Buehler at the top was really the main highlight here. 2 innings of work, only 1 hit. Again, that leadoff double to McNeil, and striking out 4. He was phenomenal. Getting out of jams in that first inning, again, with McNeil on second base with no outs. He was able to work through it. His slider looks disgusting. He touched 95 multiple times in the 2 innings. And again, striking out 4 of the 6 guys that he did see. It was phenomenal to watch. Now, let me make sure this is the second game. It is, because Yoshida was a part of this game. Masataka Yoshida made his return to the Red Sox after dealing with the shoulder injuries he has been dealing with for some time now. And, well, it didn't take long for him to really show up and just show out. 1 pitch into his spring training, he hit a rocket of a ground roll double down the right field line, ended up scoring 2 runs on that hit. And again, he was phenomenal. He had a double and a single in his first appearance, a 2-hit game, and 3 RBIs to go to his name. Overall, he looked great. His hands looked fast. He was able to get his hands around and barrel up the baseball and send it down the line. He was able to really make great contact, and really, it was awesome to watch. I feel like he's going to be another substantial piece if he can stay healthy. Please, God, stay healthy. Keep your shoulders intact. Obviously, we don't have to play him in the outfield because of the amount of options that we do have, and really all over the place with Duran, Rafaela, Abreu. The list goes on of different names that we have the ability to put in the outfield. And obviously now with Campbell and others, that these young prospects could also be available options to put in the outfield because of the versatility that they have. Again, this Red Sox team is going to be terrifying for anyone in the MLB. And I genuinely mean that. I'm not just being a homer here. Seriously, we are very, very, very well put together, going from the 9th best offense in the league last season and now adding pieces like Bregman, having Yoshida come back and be healthy, other players like Rafaela and Duran and Devers, all gaining more and more experience as the time goes on. And again, now having more leadership in the sense of experienced veterans like Bregman and others also really flourishing and leading the way. And now like players like Buehler leading the way for Crochet and others. This is going to be a very well put together team, and I think they're going to dominate. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, but again, they look fantastic, and I know it's spring training. It does not mean anything. When we get to the regular season, we are right back to 0-0, and we start all over again, and we go to game 162. And I understand it's a long season. Injuries happen. Things happen. But again, this team is put together to win. In other news, Trevor Story did go 2 for 2 in this game. He looked very good. The offense has looked great from Story. And now, we should play I have the Buehler highlights from Pitching Ninja on Twitter. So shout out to you. I did not steal the video because I did cite you, but
start the game.
Kind of swing. Another one. Live.
Figuring some things out. Swing and a miss, strike.
Absolutely dominance from Buehler. The sweeper was gross. It felt like he was just running away from these right-handed batters. It really, really did work well as touching 95 a few times. And again, just 2 innings of work, not giving up any runs after that leadoff double to McNeil. Overall, just really, really, really good stuff from the entire Red Sox organization and all players considered. Again, this is going to be a very fun team to watch. I can't wait to see how it all plays out. I think we are built for the long run. And again, not only offensively are we going to be very, very good, but as well as on the pitching side of things, I believe we are going to have a leg up more than people are giving us credit for. Again, let me know down below what you guys think about these last 2 performances from all parties considered from the Red Sox over the last 2 games, and I will see you guys on the next episode of Red Sox Digest.